Well, g'day. You're Ilana.
G'day, and you're Sean.
And together we are the Downunder Cruisers. How we going, folks?
Welcome in.
Welcome. So first up,
that
bloody Canadian. Larry!
Oh, Larry, and hopefully Ananda too. Hi there, guys.
How you going, guys? Let's hope Ananda's in there with you.
Good afternoon or good evening.
And also we've got California Cruising in there. Hi, welcome aboard. Nice to see you. It's great to have you. And then there's Heather and Dwight. Hey, g'day. Thanks for the chat today. It was long time no see as the trio. So it was awesome having the chat.
Wasn't it nice to be the three of us together?
Yep.
The hosts of the group cruise together.
Here's the man,
Fantastic.
The man of the moment, Mr. Dave Burgess.
Man of the moment.
Yeah, well, he is, because it's his moment.
It is.
I've just mentioned his name.
Right. G'day, Dave.
How's the microwave, bud?
Cheers. Good afternoon.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
I'll drink to that.
You've got a nice looking sparkling drink there.
Yeah, look at it. You can actually see Milford Sound through it.
Yes. Our backdrop today is from the Golden Princess. When we went through Milford Sound there's a timestamp on the bottom of that photo. I think it's about 6 a.m. Beautiful.
It was fun. It was the most awesome trip.
It was glorious.
John, good 1403. How are you, buddy? Nice to have you on board, and I hope that Nancy's there as well. Who else do I see there? Oh, Heather wants to know whether he's in the oven. Whether Dave is in the oven, because Larry was mentioning about the toaster or the microwave.
Dave's saying his hills, it's hard to say, his hills hoist fell over in the windstorm. It was very windy the other night.
Reception must be really bad then.
I know that Sean had baked beans, but really, I didn't realise that the wind would have travelled that far. North.
Gives a new meaning to the gas bucket. We've got Najuma. Hi, Najuma. Welcome aboard. Hey, Najuma, we hope you're going to join us on our cruise. Looking forward to it, really. We've got Dave saying to Heather, cooking a chook cannot fit. Yep. What, in the hills hoist? Look who's here. We've got Darian from...
Hello, Darian.
From magnificent Germany with Darian. Fantastic to have you on board, buddy. Nice to see you.
I have to lower my voice a couple of octaves.
You've got to lower your voice. He's got an awesome radio voice, as Darian.
He does, doesn't he?
Yep.
And you've got an awesome radio face.
Tommy Dodson, welcome aboard, Tommy. How you doing, buddy? Nice to have you on board again.
Good to see you.
And then we've got, let's see, a few people. Oh, Dave. What's Dave got to say? Spoke with mate from Ohio overnight. Geez, they're all still struggling with this thing over there. Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah.
We've got some new people on board. The Spikers. G'day, Cindy and Doug. Welcome aboard. It's been at least...
how many seconds? So many minutes
or so since I've seen you. And everybody's just saying g'day to everybody.
Good.
And so on and so forth. So that's the way it should be. Hey, Ilana.
Sean,
how's your week?
It's a long weekend, and here we are in Melbourne, while other people are out and about. And why is that?
That's a very good question.
Why are we here in Melbourne
tomorrow?
One of us.
Okay, both of us has got to work tomorrow.
We have work tomorrow, and it is a brilliant long weekend here it's only in Melbourne. It's Labor Day weekend.
For the state of Victoria.
I think it's just Victoria, and it's also Moomba weekend. It is Moomba weekend?
Yeah, I think it is Moomba. And we would ordinarily be having the Australian Grand Prix on right now.
Yes, because that's normally correct. So we're missing out on... Moomba is a annual festival, Melbourne festival, with a street parade and sort of rides and all that sort of thing. And lots of fun over the weekend. We have a Birdman rally on the Yarra River where idiots dress up and make planes and take off the jetty into the water. So we're home. It's the Sydney LGBTQ alphabet Mardi Gras this weekend.
Yep.
Happening tonight. So happening, and
everything's happening, and we're
working tomorrow. At least we've got Monday off for a bit of a rest.
Yep.
Anyway,
you'll have a bit of a rest. I'm going to be doing other work.
Oh well, I'm sure I'll be finding.
Dave is saying you need to be on here. We need your uplifting discussions. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, it's a bit to live up to, Dave. We are the bra of discussions. We are uplifting. How's that metaphor?
Isn't the bra
underwire? We are the underwire.
Isn't the bra where we go and get alcoholic drinks? Is that
for the dyslexics?
Yeah, the dyslexic drunk.
A man. I was going to say a priest and a rabbi walked into a bar. No, sorry, bar.
Bar. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, look who we've got here, Margie Butcher. Welcome back, Margie. Nice to have you on board. Everybody's saying good day to everybody. Wait a minute. What has Dave got to say? We might need some implants. Yep. Okay. Okay. So yes. So now, being Moomba weekend, being the Australian Grand Prix. Now I believe the Australian Grand Prix was actually moved to November this year.
Oh, okay.
Because of this pandemic, number one, and number two, at least the Australian Grand Prix have done some intelligent things, not like the tennis, where the Australian tennis, the Australian Open was on. The Grand Prix decided we're not going to run a Grand Prix until we are legitimately allowed to bring people and things into the country. And right now we're our travel plans have been halted until at least July.
Well, yet strangely enough, the Australian Open went ahead.
Yep.
And completed.
Yep.
Won. Without really anything going terribly astray.
Yep.
So I don't quite know why the Grand Prix couldn't follow suit.
We've got a new face in here who we haven't seen for a while. Cruising on my mind with Dave. Dave,
hello. Welcome
aboard. Hey, nice to have you back on board again. It's been a little while.
Good to see you.
Yep, great to see you. So I'm just looking at the figures here. According to my iThing here,
to your iThing,
we've got 17 people in the chat, and I'm only noticing 6 thumbs up. Folks, come on! I'm beginning to get feelings of
what? Rejection?
Yes, lots of rejection.
Halfwood Harvey, welcome.
Halfwood Harvey, how you going? Welcome aboard. Yes, it is a great South Island backdrop.
We loved our cruise into Milford Sound at 6 a.m. It was beautiful, it was awesome. Beautiful weather. The clouds lifted, this blue sky. It was beautiful.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that we had the opportunity to have a chat with your sister-in-law on Wednesday evening. So that was awesome.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Oh, there's our visitor. I'm just gonna. We'll just bring this person in a minute. I just got to finish saying g'day to some people here. Dave is saying that they had Bathurst race last weekend and no one turned up. We need to allow for international travel before they get fair income with sport. Absolutely. Okay, so let me do this. This particular person has been the cornerstone for a group that a lot of our channels are associated with, the Awesome Mod Squad. And this person here has had a little bit of a win and a little bit of a loss this week, but the good news is she's always got a shining, happy face. So I want to know what's going on great in the world of cruising. Let me bring this lovely lady through. How are you there?
Hello. So
it's a lovely
hello to the future.
Yep, welcome into the future. Sherry Awesome, how are you?
Hey, Does this mean I'm a time traveler?
You are. You are. How does it feel?
We brought you into the future. And if you just hang on, here are the lotto numbers.
Yes, I need those. Thank you.
Hasn't worked for us. Hopefully it'll work for you.
Well, thank you so much for having me on.
It was our pleasure. We wanted to talk to you because we know, whilst we do have Cindy as our travel agent for our group.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, everybody.
Yep. I just wanted to get a bit of a heads up from an impartial person as to what's happening in the world of cruising from your view. Give us a heads up.
Well, of course, from my view, it's very frustrating. I mean, I have been so wrong. Well, just about everybody has about how this pandemic was going to play out. I thought for sure that they would be sailing by December of last year. We all know that didn't happen.
Yep.
Hi, everybody in chat. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. They are not leaking, any information at all. But personally, I feel really good about July, August timeframe. Now, whether that means official cruises or whether that means test cruises will start around that time, that's still to be determined. But I think something, at least a step forward, will happen in that time frame. So hopefully.
Sherry, give me a couple seconds. I just want to go back into the chat very quickly. Mm-hmm. Dave Burgess was saying that they reckon New Zealand is almost identical to Norway via the fjords being to Norway, but not New Zealand. And as you've got a view in the background there of ours, we've got the Milford Sound, which is a beautiful sound.
Part of the Fiordlands in New Zealand. Mm-hmm.
Also, Blaine. G'day, Blaine. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you on board. Halfwood Harvey. G'day to all in the chat. Tommy Dodson is saying Grand Prix is smarter than tennis. Heard the Open lost a bucket full of money. Yeah, they sure did. Yeah. Here in Oz, they did lose a fair bit. And have a look here, Sherry. We're getting lots of people that are going.
Howdy, Sherry.
G'day, Sherry. G'day, Sherry. G'day, Sherry. There's one from Larry.
Some more Najima, yeah.
Now, there's an interesting person, this Najima Brown. She is in every single chat you can ever imagine and not a creator. That would be interesting to find out.
She's a wonderful supporter. Yeah.
Absolutely. We need more of those.
PA Cruisers, David Burgess. Hello.
What are you saying? My college friend lives in Williamstown, Victoria. Yeah, Williamstown is not far away from us. It's just across the waterway.
It's not around the corner, but
it's only about an hour drive, which is not far in Oz.
Lovely.
Yeah, Oz is huge, like the US. Hey, Sherry, question: If we've got ships sailing out of Haifa in Israel and Singapore doing their little cruisy bits from cruises to nowhere,
and seemingly doing it well because we haven't heard anything otherwise.
Why does the CDC have to have all these test cruises?
Well, why does the CDC do anything that the CDC does? I mean, I just think they are being, way overly cautious. And so I think a lot of that is supported and a lot of that is not supported. So I mean, we're a divided country, just like on just about every issue you could pick. We're just split, and there's some people that'll say, it's too soon, and some people will say it's too late. I mean, and no matter what they do, it's going to be wrong to half the people, So, I don't know. I think the big thing that happened that kind of scared them, and why they've been kind of running scared ever since was, of course, the Diamond Princess fiasco.
Yeah.
I do personally think that hadn't happened, things would have been a little bit different, handled a little differently. But
yeah, for us it was the Ruby
Princess.
Or the Ruby Princess, yeah. That's what I'm saying, is that time frame, what happened in that time frame, I think has set the tone for, the recovery. And plus, the numbers of the pandemic numbers too have really played a part in it, and I guess I can't blame them, as long as, the numbers are high. I mean, it doesn't really, benefit anyone to start too early.
And here's the question. CDC has specifically picked on cruising. If I go to the Australian example, the Australian government doesn't say cruising only. It says travel full stop. So we can't get on a plane to get out. We can't get on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't want to say, exactly like, what do you call it? The Washington, the special interest groups, and things like that. I think that, they see, like, for instance, airplanes, and flying, they see that as essential.
Yeah.
They don't see cruising as essential. But if you look at the economics of it, it is very
absolutely
highly, essential to the economy and to jobs. And, I don't know, they got to do something. And I really honestly think that the cruise lines themselves, and along with, the stops, that they would be going to, these islands and stuff like that, I think they're all waiting for the majority of the people to be vaccinated. And, even with the press release that came out this week with Royal, and with them seeking other ports outside the U.S., and they are, it said right in it that they are seeking other countries that have a low, positive rate and plus a high vaccinated population. So I think that's why they're kind of dragging their feet. They're just waiting for the vaccine to get more readily available to everyone. And then I think they're going to be forced to make it a requirement, because I don't think these countries, these islands in the Caribbean and all of that, are even going to let people in if they're not vaccinated. Just my opinion.
Let me just jump back into the chat for a second. Sherry, welcome aboard, Cheryl Rosinski.
Hi, Cheryl.
And we've got Larry Lindquist
g'day,
also
Larry.
saying hello there. John is giving you a g'day.
G'day.
I'm going to have to teach you how to be a proper Aussie. So I'll get those, you'll get those words out there. G'day.
G'day.
All in the way you say it.
Tommy is asking you, why do we keep getting sale ads with dates that we know are going to be cancelled?
Yes. Why are cruise lines still selling cruises when we know full well that they're not going?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just really, really hopeful that things are going to change quickly, and they could. I don't know. This new administration came in, and that kind of pushed everything back as well. And so, it may be wishful thinking, but they're hoping that, maybe the lobbyist or something can do something to get us, cruising sooner. I don't know.
Dave was saying, Sherry, interesting about being divided. your country. The one thing that has predominantly helped us down here is the basic uniformity of acceptance of most decisions. And that's true. I mean, Aussies on the whole.
Definitely.
We've all agreed with what's been going on to all intents and purposes. Certain things. Yeah.
Most not saying that we're sheep and we go brainlessly about, but I think we look at it as what's best for everybody.
Again, he says the Ruby Princess was a blight on Australia. Had it been handled so much better, it would have been great.
Yeah.
That's why the Australian government are gun shy reopening up again, in his opinion. To be quite honest, when we had the Diamond Princess, when we had the Ruby Princess, what did we know about this virus?
Yeah, it was very, very early. Now, I had a friend's mother on the Diamond, and oh boy, the stories that she told of having to quarantine and then move off to the camp in the Northern Territory and just horrible conditions. But people, who would have thunk that this was going to happen?
Yeah,
and on the block. Bill from MGM.
Yeah. No one had any idea how to handle it.
Absolutely.
Anytime you have a new, virus like this, I mean, they don't know how it's transmitted or how to mitigate it at all. So they really had to,
scramble and sort of think of the
guess. It's all guesswork at that point. So
correct.
Larry, there's a very good reason why Qantas had revised their timeline for the restart of international flights was that the Australian government had just recently extended the total ban time frame.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't see ourselves being vaccinated till
at least
what
not next week anyway. The week
well,
after.
We've had a hold on the AstraZeneca coming in now.
Yeah, the Italians stopped the AstraZeneca from coming in.
But we're manufacturing our own, at least. That's the main thing. Anyway,
here in Melbourne, actually. G'day, Tyler. Welcome aboard, Tyler. Let's see who else is there. That's new. Dave is having a chat with Larry and saying that if it happens, mate, we'll be very limited. Cannot see it by then. There we go. Jeez, this chat is jumping. California Cruise is saying Disney here in Los Angeles will open on April 1st after being closed over a year. Hopefully a good sign that the cruise port will open and allow cruising in June. What's the likelihood? You don't reckon until October anyway, right? Sherry?
Maybe test cruises by June, hopefully.
Can I just say, I just want to sort of pick up on the test cruises. The test cruises, though, are only going to be for local people. Is that correct?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
So when they very first announced the test cruises, they were talking about it just being, now I'll use Royal Caribbean for an example because Royal Caribbean has just been fantastic through this whole mess, and they've had a weekly meeting with us travel agents, and so we get a lot of information from them. So, on one of their meetings when the test cruises were first announced, they were talking about that it would probably be, mainly employees and that sort of thing at first, and their families and things like that. And then they said, well, maybe we, don't have enough employees and family to go around for all the test cruises that the CDC are wanting, because at first we thought it was just going to be, 1 or 2 test cruises per cruise line. But then they announced, no, it's going to be per ship. They want like three or 4 test cruises per ship.
Wow.
And so, so that's when Royal kind of opened it up and did the whole, if you want to be a test dummy, you sign up here kind of thing. But
I suppose some way one is really not enough. It's like when you do scientific testing, you need a lot more data. The first one that goes successfully could be a sheer fluke. So I suppose just to cover themselves, they need to make sure.
Yeah, and I did pick up on a few things in those meetings. I did pick up on the fact that they the CDC is saying, they are going to have zero tolerance. So they don't want any cases. Like right now they were talking about, well, if they have cases, they have all of these protocols, and you're going to have, like, Princess has the tray slit and all of this, Royal's going to have something similar, so they can, see who you've been around and quarantine people and all that. But the CDC, from what I heard, said they have zero tolerance. So they don't want any cases at all, period.
Yeah, well, Victoria, the state of Victoria, where we live in, has gone 7 days with zero. Tammy, just a good day to Tammy Chaudhry. Margie was saying that vaccine availability increased in Arizona. Dave is saying you won't get anywhere from Australia without vaccines. It's not even debatable in his opinion. Even if we can fly, it will be heavily reliant on traveling to destinations with the same mindset.
I can see that too, actually.
And to all intents and purposes, the chairman of Qantas, our local airline, has said that no jab, no fly. So,
well, we've already had protesters, anti-vaxxers, yet vaccinations are not mandated anyway at the moment.
Right. New face on the block is Danny Griswold. So welcome aboard, Danny. Nice to have you on board. It's been a while. Just having a look. Everybody's saying good day to everybody. Heather is saying to the Tyler Show, thank you, and thank you for being the awesome mod you are. So Tyler got a compliment there. Larry is saying we have 5 different vaxxers here in Canada. You don't have a choice which one you get. They just approved.
For Johnson,
yeah. Well, we've got
same.
We've only got 2. We've got the Pfizer and the AstraZeneca. We haven't heard anything else about
Moderna and J&J.
We haven't heard about those yet.
No, but if we manufacture AstraZeneca anyway, that'll be great.
Yeah.
And I was asking about the test cruises because the ones that have been successful out of Singapore and say the German Mein Schiff and the MSC, is that they are local cruises with locals only on them. So they're quite self-contained. Whereas when international cruising starts up, you're going to get people coming from all over the place, and which can change the dynamics coming from various places.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's sort of very different to being in that sterile test community.
Right. And so that's all going to be dependent on the international travel restrictions as far as flights. And also, like I said, it's going to be up to each country and each port, what kind of restrictions they're going to have. So it's going to be a very, very complicated issue.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So David is saying the Blight re-entry test cruises will be, as you said, Sherry, if they get positives, they're back to square one.
Yep.
That's a bit of a pain in the neck, I think.
Yeah, and that's again why I think that they're kind of waiting for the vaccine to be, everyone to be vaccinated, because they're going to have a zero tolerance policy, that's the only, the only way I think that, that's going to be a possibility.
All right, now I've got to take you way back, okay? How the hell did you get into cruising?
Well, let's see. Okay, this is how I got into cruising. I'll take you way, way back. Who remembers the 80s?
Yeah, we do.
A lot of you weren't even born yet.
Correct.
We remember the 60s and the 70s.
That's right.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, you've probably heard me tell this story before, but I'll tell it again. But in the mid 80s, I was in high school, and we made a trip. Well, my dad said I was 16 years old. I was a junior in high school. He said, probably going to be, one last big family vacation before, my senior year, and I'd be off to whatever, I was going to do, college or marriage or whatever. And he said, where do you want to go? And so, of course, I said Disney World, because I've always been a Disney fan my whole life. And so we went to Disney World. Try to do the shortened version. We went to Disney World, and that was right after Epcot had opened. I think they'd only been open a year or two when we were there. And this was like 1986. And so, we went around to all the different countries, and I just fell in love with the idea of travel. And so I was like, I want to be a travel agent when I grow up, So I thought that was going to be, the greatest thing since peanut butter and jelly. And I was all excited. And I had actually been getting these postcards in the mail from a travel school in Miami, Florida. And so when I got home, I showed my mom and dad, the postcard that I got. And I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to go to this school. And what it was like a homeschool. Like I could do it from home, while I was in high school. And then after I graduated high school, then you went to Miami and studied down there, and kind of got your like degree or certificate or whatever they called it, And so, so that's how it all started. This is really funny. This was before the internet, right? I know. I'm as old as dirt. Okay. So this is before the internet. So how do you think we did? How do you think we did our homework?
Well, we used pen and
paper, the old-fashioned way.
They would mail me in snail mail here. They would mail me my workbooks. I would do my workbooks, fill out my test. I would mail it back to Florida, and then they would mail me back my test results.
And that would take you a while.
Yeah. And so this went on for, a couple of years while I was in high school, while I did my home study. And then after I graduated high school, then I went down to Miami and got my reservationist degree, and we studied cruising. We studied, the airlines and all of that kind of thing. And so whenever we got almost finished and almost, with our graduation day and everything, they offered a cruise to the Bahamas that we could go on for super cheap. So I'm like, so all of us classmates get on there, and, here we are in the Miami port in this big, huge Carnival ship. It was just fantastic. We had the time of our lives on this cruise, and we went to Freeport, Bahamas, and back. And, I was sold, from that time on. And then, of course, I decided to come back to Missouri and get married instead of staying in Florida working for the cruise line, which I could have done. Mm-hmm. But,
But now look at you
and
today,
the rest
right?
is history.
The things you do for love,
That's it. That's it.
But we have a beautiful family, and I'm so happy that I made that decision. So don't get me wrong. But, so that's how I got into cruising. And then, later on, after our son graduated high school and we could more, afford to go and everything, then we started, cruising again and started doing the group cruises and everything. And it's just been so much fun, so rewarding.
So can I just ask, apart from cruising, have you done sort of other international travel outside of cruising?
We've done the all-inclusives and all of that kind of thing too. Yep. So
Just to get back into the chat for a second, Tammy has said since she can't go to Alaska on a whale watching excursion, next month she's going to California on a whale watching tour.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Have you heard, Sherry, anything about Princess opening up their Alaskan lodges for land tours?
The land tours, yep. Princess and Holland, America,
yes,
are both, looking into opening up, because, Princess has a world famous, Alaska land tours, and they usually combine it with the cruise,
Yep.
So they're talking about just doing the land portion, but then they also talked about having like some little excursion type cruises too, so exploration, type cruises and everything. So yeah, so that sounds really, really promising.
I think it's very clever too. If the lodges are sitting there empty, why not?
Absolutely. Yep.
So
and I was wondering if they were going to do that. I mean, because they have the train, with the glass top, that the scenic train and the beautiful lodges, and if as long as they're allowed to fly people in, why not?
So Dave is saying Fred Flintstone was his first cruise captain and Wilma was the cruise director. Tommy Dodson was saying that the 80s is most modern history for him. Heather is saying, I love Disney. I was born the end of 86, weeks before 86 ended.
Gosh, we're feeling very old,
We're feeling ancient, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I'm right there with you.
A couple of people are saying g'day to each other. Heather was also saying you should come on our group cruise, Sherry.
Yeah, I've seen it and actually discussed it. So we'll see. I don't know. I took my husband to Disney right before the pandemic hit, actually, a year ago, Valentine's Day, and, introduced him to Star Wars Land and all of that. And so he's ready to go back to Disney. So I don't know what, the future has in store for us. So we'll have to see.
Well,
we would love to we want to go to Disney World and Epcot Center and all that sort of thing. Dying to get there.
We have one small problem, and that is our bank manager doesn't agree that we need to have the trip.
I know. I have to talk to my bank manager too. I mean, geez, what's their deal anyway?
Yeah, it's all a bit sad. Anyway.
Yeah.
Where's their sense of fun?
Listen, we could have made use of our lockdown time. We could be building a raft out of beer cans or something.
Could have.
We could be paddling our way now across the Pacific.
But then Dave would have wanted to have used the microwave.
He'll come floating past on his cow carcass, as he said, that he would be happy to do.
He said the other day that he wanted to be, that even if he was stapled his
forehead to the container or something. Yes, so he's done a cow carcass, a container. Yep.
Goodness me. So what's in the future for Sherry Awesome Travels? What other videos are we going to be seeing from you in the near future?
Well, we're hoping to go back to Branson here really soon and bring you all the new Mystic River ride. It's the largest, tallest water ride in North America. So so you have this raft or whatever you want to call it, and you go around, kind of like the lazy river type thing, but it's a little bit more than a lazy river, rapid river, I should say. And then it takes you up this elevator and takes you straight up like this, and then you kind of swirl down in this big raft.
I mean, it's going to go up. Oh, it's amazing.
It is, and I can't wait to show you guys the videos because it's phenomenal. Danny Griswold, they're going. They'll be going to Silver Dollar City pretty soon, I'm sure. So I'm looking really, really forward to that because that's what we were supposed to do last year. It didn't happen.
Well, that pandemic thing got in the way.
Yep.
Larry is saying to you, asking you what camera do you use for your videos? Yeah,
my iPhone. That's 11 Pro Max.
Nice and easy.
Well, that's easy. Even I can do that.
No, even I could do that. Hey, very badly, but I could do it.
You know, I was born in the 60s. I need easy, okay?
Oh, hello. Likewise.
Early or late 60s, Sherry?
69. I was born in
60s. You're a baby.
Well, you're still a baby compared to us.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it.
We've got a few more years on you.
Yep. So I was actually born, fun fact, on Woodstock weekend. So peace, y'all.
Well, okay. I could say a few things about that, but
and what's really funny is my parents had no idea any of that was going on.
Oh, okay.
Totally oblivious.
Right.
Larry is saying that he's a 1970s baby. What a kid.
Stop showing off, Larry.
Yeah, that's right. Just having a few years on us.
So he's in the 50s club now, huh?
Yeah. Well, we're pushing on.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
we're the next decade. We're pushed into the next decade.
Okay, yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, we can still cruise with the best of them.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yeah.
It's only a number, and it's all in your head.
That's right. You're only as old as you feel.
As your shoe size.
No, wait a minute, Sherry. I was told that I was only as old as the woman. No,
the woman.
No,
yes, the woman you feel. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my!
I'm glad you
said it. I feel like a.
Oh, stop it! Oh boy, that's funny. Who's this? David is saying he was born in the Oh boy. Darian is a 69 baby as well.
Oh, okay. Great year.
And Tommy Dodson is saying that we're all still babies.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice way to think. Correct.
Absolutely.
Larry is saying that you and I are 50s veterans or original OGs.
OGs, yeah.
OGs?
No, I'm way past that.
You know what an OG is, Alana?
No, we don't know what an OG is.
It's an old gangsta. Old gangsta. Original gangsta. Sorry.
Oh, the 1934. Oh, yeah, okay, we can handle that.
No, we're just old farts. No, I mean young farts.
Now, Najuma's trying to show off that she's older than Larry and Darian.
Oh, okay.
So Najuma's a real cougar, right? Oops, sorry. No, I won't say that. So, how many kids you got?
I have one son who's married, and so I have two beautiful granddaughters.
You do?
Yes. One is actually having her birthday party tomorrow, so I get to go to a birthday party. I'm so excited.
How old?
She's 7, and then her older sister is a year and a half older, so she's still 8. But
lovely.
Yeah, they're a year and a half apart, and just the light of our lives, you know? What can I say?
The good news is you can hand them back at the end of the day.
Right. Yes. But they love coming to Mama and Papa's house. They came over last weekend, and we had her little birthday party that we do here, and we let them, you know, bake their cakes and cupcakes and all that, and smear on the icing and all that fun stuff. So.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's beautiful.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to scoot on out of here. Let you guys finish it up. I thank you so much for having me on.
Sherry, it was our pleasure.
You're welcome. It's been lovely to see you and chat with you.
Yes, I'm so happy to have you as part of my awesome mod squad and all my other mods out there. Hi, guys. But your support and love just means the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming on
nice
board
and
illuminating our day.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you
take
later.
care.
You take care.
Good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Well, that was exciting. Okay, so back in the chat, Dave is saying, how good will it be when all the trudging through this non-travel situation when it all starts up again? Absolutely. You know, Dave, I want to tell you, the thing that's going to get me the most is when I actually get to meet people and realize that they've actually got legs. You know, where you're just used to seeing them through this small little space here. Now,
from the waist up.
From the waist
or
up,
the shoulder up, yes.
So it'll be awesome to actually see people for what they are.
And she's lovely.
And
Agreed.
Yes, Dave, she is a heart of gold, that lady.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate her her experiences in our life. While we're here,
Sean, can I just say something? I am looking at our numbers, our friends, and we are 5 away from 300 friends.
Oh wow!
On our channel, and we would love to make it to the big 300.
Would love to.
And so, if you haven't already hit that red button, or know of people who would like to come in and join us, and kindly do so. Leave a kangaroo in our top paddock would be lovely, so that we can make that magic 300.
Absolutely.
And just watch. We've got a few videos up, a few shorts and some videos, and give a thumbs up and make a comment that you've dropped by to visit. Would be fantastic.
Absolutely. And let me just do this while we've got a bit of time up our sleeves for the moment. Just a bit of our cruise. Well, John, first of all, let me say the zip line got zipped because of time frame. I was actually going to use another video, but I thought of you, and then I realized you'd be sick and tired of hanging upside down all the time. So
at least he's paying attention.
Yeah, I love that.
It's great.
I love that. That's awesome. Right? Okay. Let me see. Sherry says thanks to everybody, which is awesome. Larry is actually telling us that he's wearing
below the waist.
Yeah, Larry, that was way too much information. Dave is saying we've been able to meet some creators overseas. It's surreal and awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to ask you folks is hashtag creator, hashtag supporter, hashtag whatever you want to put in there. It would be awesome for us to know who's what and where. Dave is also saying, I can like you 6 times. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate that.
Thank you. He's a good
John,
egg.
Yeah, we spoke about your zip line. And Sherry is saying 300. Here we come. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Okay, Larry. A new friend. Welcome aboard, Larry. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Owen, my friend. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you on board. I hope you weren't just sitting in the background having a listen, but you actually did partake. So there we go. So here we've got Sherry, who's in the discussion. Sherry's saying hashtag creator, which is what we wanted. Let's see. Dave Burgess is a supporter.
Yes, always.
Owen is liked and shared out. Thank you very much, Owen.
Much
we appreciate that. Supporter extraordinaire.
She is indeed. Thanks, Najuma.
And Najuma, we hope you're going to come on the cruise with us. Please come on the cruise with us. It'll be awesome. Larry is going supporter and Plum Travelers creator. Oops.
I like that picture, Larry.
Yeah, that's a nice picture. Darian is saying hashtag creator and supporter. Thank you very much, Darian. Yeah, Dankeschön. Meine Freund. Badly said.
Oh.
Dave, Larry Gero, g'day, mate. Yep. Plum Travelers is back.
Oh, Larry, gosh, you confusing.
Tommy Dodson is a groupie. Mate, we need our groupies. Larry is a creator and yeah, okay, we'll go with that one. Owen is just got here.
That's fine.
Awesome.
You got here. Fine. That's
you
the main
here,
thing.
Buddy. Appreciate it. So Larry is saying creator and supporter, and Darian is going just a good old giggle.
Is that at the dreadful accents?
Yeah, that's right. And Margie is going hashtag supporter, so that's awesome. Another supporter extraordinaire. Dave, I can say creator, but my mum told me I cannot lie.
You won't tell anybody.
Dave. To some extent, that could be true, right? The question is, what did you create?
Yeah, exactly. We're not saying specifically. You can be a creator in your own mind.
That's correct.
There you go.
Heather is going hashtag create, hashtag supporter, hashtag awesome, duh. Good one, Dave. Jeez. Cruising on my mind with Dave said, great interview with Sherry. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Dave. Owen is saying, thanks for coming on my panel the other day. Mate, it was a pleasure. It was fun to have a chat with you. Hopefully you'll join us on the cruise as well. Bring the fam. It'll be awesome.
It'll be amazing.
All right, so.
Love some Aussies coming and joining us, seriously.
Listen, guys.
We need our Aussie supporters.
We need the Aussies to come on to teach these other people a little bit of
culture.
Agriculture.
Have a drink.
Oh boy. What do we got here? We've got Larry giving a laugh out loud to Dave, and Darian going 4 to 300 for my mates. Darian, thank you. And Dave is going hashtag creator plus 10%.
So beautiful.
Jeez. Good on you.
You get more bang for your buck, don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to shut up there. Larry's showing you guys about our merch. Which is, you'll find that in the...
So I'm sliding away with our lovely Downunder t-shirts and
Downunder t-shirts
other
and
things.
A few other bits and pieces. So you'll find that in the description down below. Please pop on board. Larry is saying us North Americans need our own haka then.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying, yes. That's all I'm just saying, yeah.
Okay. And Larry is just basically giving you guys ideas of our Facebook page. Yes, folks, jump onto our Facebook page. It is the Downunder Cruises. For those that are creators, we also have the Downunder Cruises creators page. So, folks, join us, like us, have fun learning, getting to know some of the other people involved with the cruise. And
ask about Oz if you want.
Yeah, ask questions about Oz.
And New Zealand.
We want you guys to come and visit Australia and New Zealand. We just think this is God's own country. So
we're not called the lucky country for nothing.
Yeah, well, we are called the lucky country.
We are,
Yeah,
correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
Larry, you might want to do a Canadian haka to identify yourself as being unique.
Correct. Larry says, if you haven't hit the thumbs up already, please consider doing so. It is free. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so, what's happening next week? More of the same.
More of the same. Now, are we Wednesday nighting? Yes, we are this week.
Yes, we are.
We are.
We're Wednesday nighting, and next week Saturday, I think.
Yeah. Pretty sure we are.
Yep. Dave is saying we are very, very lucky. Yeah, we certainly are.
Yes.
Even though we've got 9 of the world's most deadliest snakes, 55 of the world's most deadliest spiders, and ocean creatures that want to kill you and whatever, we still are the very lucky country.
Yeah, but then you look at people who live in Florida and there's like photos of I stepped outside my door and there's a rattlesnake curled up on the front doorstep. No, thank you. Or there's crocodiles or alligators just in the canal behind my house. Well, and people are petrified to come here.
Absolutely.
Like what?
I mean, give us a break.
Giddy up.
Dave is going Wednesday, giddy up. Yep, we'll be there. Larry's going, just a heads up, I've been going to sleep early. I will try. Well, Larry, things are going to change very quickly because on Wednesday nights we still stay with our regular Australian time frame, which is 8 p.m. But the North Americans go into daylight saving, which means that they are an hour closer to our hour.
And then on April the 4th, when we finish daylight saving, will be even an hour.
So,
an hour earlier again.
So it'll be a 2 hour, it's not
It'll be 1 hour difference at the moment.
But it works like a 2 hour change.
Yep.
So 4 a.m. will end up being 2 a.m. for you guys on Wednesdays. And the Friday night will be a midday.
We'll be back to our midday.
Midday time frame.
Yep. Oh, it's
very confusing.
Very confusing.
Dave Burgess is saying, and we have Dan Andrews. No, you can have him, mate. We don't want him. Larry wants to know.
No, we have him, Dave.
Yeah, we have him. Yeah. Larry wants to know if we've got any Sharks. Well, there's a football team in New South Wales called the Sharks. So, yeah, Larry, there are Sharks. Dave is saying to Larry, but the
box jellyfish killed them all.
Yeah, that's right. And Heather is saying, so instead of being on at 4 my time, it would be 3 then too.
Correct.
That is correct.
After April 4th. Correct.
Yeah. Tommy says, do you all network with other Aussie watchers like Flying the Nest? We're trying to get a lot more Aussie channels coming on board, so happy to meet as many as we possibly can. So there's a couple there, Pia and
Kane.
Yeah, Pia and Kane. They do some travel work as well, so there's a few channels out there. And then Larry's having a good old giggle at Dave, which is nothing unusual because Dave is always on the money with his humor, which is awesome. Dave is saying that he just needs to know what day. The time is inconsequential. Yep. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate that. So Wednesday nights and Saturday afternoons from the Australian point of view.
Yep. Right. Well, it's been a super packed hour, hasn't it?
It has.
And the previous hour, visiting us and more with Cindy and Doug as well.
Yep, that's been awesome.
Wow.
I'm about ready for bed.
I think
it's you guys.
We haven't even had lunch yet.
No, that's right.
It's time for our lunch.
It is.
At 3 p.m. Oh,
another day,
and the day is gone, yes.
Folks, thank you very much for joining us on our chat as we have progressed through the day, learning about cruising around the world And we shall see you guys on Wednesday evening.
And thank you so much for joining us today. We have enjoyed immensely your company.
Absolutely. So, to Ilana,
and
it's thank you for coming aboard.
And Sean, which is you, thank you for being with me.
It's been a pleasure. At the end of the day, folks, we would like to say happy travels.
Happy travels. Have a great, great week.
And stay safe and get that vaccine.
Bye now.
Ciao. Bye now.
Bye now.